It's boring, but it will get you to 100k plus fast. Now I know, it doesn't sound exciting, right? You're probably thinking, how can something that boring actually get me to 6 figures and quickly? What I'm going to share with you is proven and it's simple. And it's the reason why I've been able to scale to 1k per day. And 95% of that is profit margins. It's about building a high ticket consulting business that's got the potential to make you lots of money. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars per month. And as I'm recording this video, I'm in the process of scaling my own business to hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. And honestly, it's not that complicated if you can just focus and do the boring work. My name is Fred, and I went from making $0 per month, coming from the lower middle class, to making over $1,200 per day with my online business using a simple 4-step process. Now, I've put together a free video training that shows you everything I did step by step so you can copy me. The link will be in the bio. And if you want me to directly help you, I'm offering free strategy calls where together we'll come up with a game plan for you to get to $10,000 per month as quickly as possible. And to thank you, when we get to 30,000 subs on YouTube, I'll give away $2,000. Watch the video until the end, subscribe, and share with a friend to win. So how do you get there? How do you go from where you are right now to making 100k plus and fast? Well, it starts with one thing. You need to pick one business model and to go all in. Look, there's a different million ways to make money online. You've probably heard of affiliate marketing, even dropshipping, digital products, freelancing work, print on demand, trading, etc. And the problem is, if you're trying to do a little bit of everything because you want to test everything out, the sad truth is you will end up going nowhere. You need to focus. You need to pick one thing and commit to it. Give it your full attention. And I know how hard it can be because 5 years ago, back when I was broke, I wasn't earning any money. I was constantly jumping from one business model to the next. I had what's known as shiny object syndrome. Now maybe you've heard things like don't put all of your eggs in one basket. And it sounds smart, right? What happens if you lose the basket? But the other thing you need to take into consideration is that if you spread yourself thin, you end up failing at just about everything. Can you imagine Michael Phelps trying to compete in 10 different sports at the same time? It would be a disaster. When you pick just one business model, something you know can scale and quickly, something that's got the potential to make you tens of thousands of dollars in profit per month, then succeeding is so much easier, and that's exactly what high ticket consulting does for you. Just picture this. You're selling a high ticket coaching or service offer that brings in thousands of dollars per customer. So instead of trying so hard to sell hundreds of $10 or $50 products, you're just selling a handful of premium customers an offer that completely changes their life because it solves painful problems. So the beauty of high ticket consulting is that you don't need a crazy budget for paid ads. In fact, I'm not spending any money on ads right now. And you also don't need a huge audience to get started. As you can see right now, I'm by no means famous. My account is tiny. You just need to position yourself as the go-to person in your niche, make irresistible offers, make valuable content, and go all in. Which is why you need to stop focusing on selling low ticket products. I see this all the time. People who are stuck in the hamster wheel of selling cheap products, whether they be physical or digital or even services, and they're thinking somehow they'll make it big. Now if you had 1 million followers, yes, that can work, absolutely. But do you? You probably don't. And that's exactly why most people who try to start a business, especially an online business, they're just spinning their wheels endlessly, grinding 16 hours a day just to make a few $100 per year. I mean, come on, it's horrible. And because they can't sustain that forever, they eventually quit. And then they see all these successful people on social media, maybe they take a look at my Instagram and they get pissed. They wonder, what do these successful guys have that I don't? They know something you don't. That's what. And so the core of the problem is that you're stuck selling low ticket products instead of high ticket coaching or services. If you want to get to 100k fast, you've got to stop focusing on low ticket sales. I'm talking about selling stuff which is worth your time and your energy. Typically services or coaching that's priced at a high enough level to actually have a profitable business and attract a premium type of clientele. People who show up, say thank you, do the work, and who are great customers to work with overall. So I'll be honest with you, when I started in the world of online business, I did the same thing. I tried growing Instagram team pages to sell shoutouts or ebooks. At some point, I also tried having a YouTube channel to earn money from ads, but that's why I was barely making $100 per month. But the reality is, you can't successfully scale a business if you're selling $20 to $50 products, even if it's a monthly subscription, because most people might stay subscribed for 1 month or 2, but then they unsubscribe. That's the problem of subscription-based businesses, even if you're selling something of high quality. And so that can work great, only if you've got a big audience. High ticket is where the money is at. Just think about this. A handful of customers paying you at least $1,000 to $5,000, it's much more sustainable than trying to get hundreds of customers to pay you $20 to $50. And once you've made the decision to focus on selling high ticket services or coaching offers, it's time to remove all other distractions in your life, because no successful person ever made it without cutting tie with the things that were holding them back. Which is why it's time for you to say goodbye to your toxic friends. Look, I know it might be a difficult difficult pill to swallow, but your environment matters. If you're surrounded by people who don't support your goals, they don't push you to succeed, or even worse, they criticize you for it, you need to cut these people loose immediately, because toxic friends and relationships will not help you get to 100k plus. They're only going to hold you back. At the end of the day, really understand this. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So who's around you? Who's in your inner circle? You should be hyper selective of the people you let near you. I don't care how long you've known someone or how comfortable you are with them. If they're not adding value to your life, they're not making you smarter, happier, or wealthier, it's time to get rid of them. And we make no exceptions, because the truth is, your social circle has a huge influence on your mindset and on your success. If you're constantly around people who are negative, who think that you can't make $10,000 per month and even more online, people who don't encourage you, people who say, oh, it's just too good to be true, or just get a real job instead, you'll start to think like they do. You'll start to believe them, and then what they think infects you like a virus, and you become complacent. You conform to what you know isn't right for you, and that is extremely dangerous. That's how plenty of people die with their dreams. Instead, surround yourself with people who are on the same journey as you. If you can't do it in real life, start doing it virtually. Surround yourself with people who understand the grind, who know what it takes to succeed, people who've got big goals and big ambitions. These are the people that will elevate you and push you to be better. Which brings me to the next point. Expose yourself to wealth and to luxury more often. If you want to make 100k plus fast, you need to see what it looks like. When I was broke, I had so many misconceptions about what rich people were like. The first time I went to a 4-star hotel, I dressed up all fancy, and I walk in there and I see people wearing pajama pants, simple sweatpants. I was probably the most well-dressed guy in the entire hotel, because I felt like rich people always dressed fancy. That's not the case. They're normal people too. In the morning, they take a shit just like you. They just make more money. That's the only difference. So you need to see how wealthy people actually think and operate on a daily basis. And some of that stuff might shock you. But the more you expose yourself to wealth and to luxury, preferably in real life, but also just online or through books, through videos, the more you're going to normalize it in your world. Because what I like to say is that there are worlds within worlds. And when you see all this possibility, all this abundance, you'll start to believe it's possible for you too, instead of thinking it's something that's out of your reach and that will never be yours. So if you don't try your best to open up your mind to new possibilities, to surround yourself with wealth or luxury, it's probably going to be very difficult for you to become successful. If you want to make big money, like genuinely, you have to start thinking in terms of abundance and luxury. It's not just about materialism, it's about understanding what's possible when you embrace a mindset of success. Growing up in the lower middle class, everybody around me had a loser mindset. They would always complain about everything, their jobs, money, the government, but never actually take action to try to improve their situation. And I noticed that successful people did the exact opposite. Instead of complaining, they took full responsibility for their success, but also for their failures. A lot of people love to take responsibility for their successes, but not for their failures. Like somehow it's never their fault. Come on. And anytime something went wrong, they didn't blame the government or the economy, they blamed themselves. They found responsibility in themselves. Because if you give up responsibility, you give up control, and now you can't do anything. If you want to win in life, you need to adopt the mentality of a victor, not a victim. Now let's talk about growth and stepping outside of your comfort zone. If you want to hit 6 figures, you have to get uncomfortable. Do one thing that scares you every day. If you're always staying in your comfort zone, you're never going to grow. That is the key to scaling your business. So every single day, I want you to start doing one thing that scares you. Maybe it's sending out an email to a prospect you're nervous about approaching. Maybe it's raising your prices or asking for a testimonial. Maybe it's booking that big speaking gig. Whatever it is, do something that pushes you. The key to getting to 100k as quickly as possible is consistency. You can't expect to work extremely hard for one day and then boom, you wake up the next day, you're a multi-millionaire. You don't expect that when you go to the gym. So do not expect it in business either. But if you're consistent, growth can happen much faster than you think. And the more you do what scares you, the easier it gets. You become more and more confident. Action is the antidote to fear. If you don't feel confident, it's because you're not taking enough action. If you've got no accomplishments, nothing to show for, of course you don't feel confident. Now, a lot of people consume content, articles, short form content, YouTube videos, and that's great, but do not forget to apply what you learn, which is my next point. Watch content, but always take notes and apply what you learn. I can't even tell you the amount of people who always watch new videos, they read new articles, they join new courses, they gather all this information, but they never try anything. Learning is important. You need to have the right proven step-by-step process to succeed, but it means absolutely nothing if you don't apply it. You have to take what you learn, implement it, and see for yourself. Because if you don't apply what you learn, you will keep consuming and learning just for the sake of learning, but you'll never actually get any results. This is not school. It's not about memorizing things just for it to look pretty on a piece of paper and to get a good grade. This is about building a real business that will set you free. So you need to start putting things into practice, seeing what works, and testing out different approaches. That's how you grow. That's how you make money. And finally, perhaps the most important lessons of all I want to share with you. You have to be unapologetic. Do what you want. I don't care if some people love me or hate me. I'm here to make money. I'm here to build an empire. I'm here to make millions of dollars, and I'm honest about it. At the end of the day, this is your life, and you and I, we don't owe anybody an apology for wanting to live it on our own terms. There will always be people who doubt you and who think that you're crazy for wanting to do big things, but let them stay broke, let them stay losers, let them stay miserable. We move forward, we build empires, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, I've put together a free video training where I show you everything I did step by step to make 1K per day. I'm giving away all the secrets, so I highly suggest you go check it out. And if you're serious about making more money, I'm offering free strategy calls where together we're going to come up with a game plan for you to hit $10,000 per month. The links will be in the bio. And with that being said, I will see you on the other side.